Hey, and welcome back to part two of how to create a 2D game on Roblox Studio. I've I've made the little platform area a little bigger so we can add a lot more stuff to it, and player will die when he falls down this hole if he doesn't make it over the jump and stuff. And we have lots of stuff to do for this part. First thing I want to address is there's an issue with the player's control. Sometimes when you play the game, it would not load and you could move in every direction, which means you could fall off the sides of the thing. So the way to fix that is you want to click play and over to go to starter player scripts. When you're inside the game, you're playing, head over to your starter player scripts, click on your starter player scripts, and copy this player module. So click it, right click it, copy, then you can stop playing the game. Then you want to paste it inside starter player scripts, and the control script you had, you want to rename the control script to control module and paste it inside after you delete the actually, I'll just go ahead and show you. So this was called, I think it was called player control, and go delete that. So this is what you need to do. Click play. After you've clicked play, you want to go down to starter player, go to starter player scripts, and copy this layer module. Go ahead, right click it and copy. Then you can stop playing the game. Then you want to paste it again inside starter player script. So paste into, open its childs and open this directory and delete. You see it says control module. Delete that. Well, first of all, go ahead and copy the name of it and then rename your player control to control module. Then you can delete control module and paste your new control module inside your player module. And that should fix the issue of you being able to walk off the sides whenever you play the game. Now that we have that out of the way, we can start on our first objective, which is creating a coin for point system. So I'm going to go ahead and create a cylinder, bring it to you, go ahead and resize it to this. I think this is a good size. So it's 0.375, 3, 3. Rename it to coin. Change the color to gold. And this is your choice, or you can click and change the material to neon. You can customize this however you want. You don't have to do exactly the way I did it, but this is how I'm going to do it in this tutorial. So now that you have your coin, you want to create a what I did was I made a folder called a map, put all my grounds inside of it. And inside the map folder, I created another folder called coins. And I'm going to put all my coins inside there just so we're a little organized. Now inside your coin folder, add a server script, and this will be how the player picked up the coins. So inside here, when you create a local function and call it touched coin. And for now, we'll just make it print player touch the coin. And we'll call the function by doing script.parent, which is the coin. Touched is a signal. It's a built-in signal. So whenever you touch a part, you go ahead and run a function, and we'll run touch coin. So every time you touch the coin, you want to run this function, which then prints player touch the coin. So Now if we go ahead and test the game, you can see, oh, well, I didn't anchor it, but we want to anchor it. So if you touch it, it says player touch the coin. And we want to make it so it disappears when you touch the coin. So also, we want to make sure it's anchored and can't collide is turned off. And inside your script, I'm going to say script.parent coin destroy. So every time you touch the coin, it destroys the script. You want to have this above this, so it runs the print first before it destroys the coin. So now if we test it again, we touch the coin, it disappears, it says player touched the coin, and it's gone. Great, so now let's create some UI. So it displays how many coins you have. Inside started GUI, we'll create a screen GUI, and we'll just name this coin display. And inside we'll create a text label. And we'll move this text label over to the middle of the screen. We'll have it, we'll have it at the bottom. And we'll do text scaled. We'll make it transparent. So you can customize it however you want. This is just how I'm going to do it for this tutorial. And you can say coins, comma, spell coins wrong. Coins, comma. And I'll make it white. Let's just do, I think, pick a random one. We'll just, okay, we'll set it for comic new angular. How do we say that? Anyways, now that you have that, I'll just add a UI stroke to make it little outline. Okay. And we'll make this so its size is the same width as the screen. That's too big. Okay, nice. Okay, now that we have that, we can go ahead and start on our local script. But before we start that, we need to make a let's make a leaderboard. So inside your server script service, we'll create a new script and call it leaderboard. Inside here, just follow what I write and I'll try to explain. So we'll do game get service players, and there's actually another way to do this. It's called game.players. But the difference is when you do game get service players, it actually waits for the players to load up. So that way we don't get an error. And we can do this like this, or we can do like this for game and wait for child players. But get service is a best practice, I guess. Anyways, game get service players dot player added connect function player, and we'll say local leader stats equals instant dot new folder, and inside player, this second parameter is the parent. So you could do this, or you could say leader stats dot parent equals player. But I like doing this as it's less lines, and well, only one word. Okay, and you can do it either way if you want to. So the next thing to do is leader stats dot name equals leader stats. So this is important. It has to be named. The capitalization has to be like this. Otherwise, Roblox will not recognize it. It has to be like this. It has to be written like this. Okay, leader stats, no capitalized letters, and I believe, if I remember correctly, I think that's all. So let's see, you have the name. Oh, yeah. And inside the leader stats, we actually need to make the coin. So instead of having like an empty leader stats, we'll need to say local points equals instance.new int value inside leader stats. So now a int value will be inside leader stats, and this int value will display the amount of coins we have. And we can say coins.name equals coins, or you can name it whatever you want. It could be points, cash, or and we'll need to add one more coins.value, and the player will start off with 0 coins. And that should be it for your leaderboard. And while we're on it, we'll go ahead and make this so every time you touch the coin, your coins in the leader stats increase. So it should be like this. So actually, we'll go ahead and do function, and we'll say touch coin. We'll make this parameter player, and we'll send that to here, and we'll print player. We'll just see what that prints for us real quick. When we got an error. What is this? Interesting. I have no idea what the error is. But as you can see, we have our leaderboard right here. It says our name, coins, and now every time we pick up the coin, it'll say right leg, the part that touched it, which is the right lower leg. And we'll actually need to do this. So now that that's working, we'll need to do player equals game coin get service, but players dot get or coin get player from character layer. I think that's how it goes. And we'll print player dot name. Okay. Yeah. So now that I think about it, this is what we actually need to get. And let me say touching part. What basically is it's the part that's touching the coin when you touch the coin at the meantime. So then we'll name this to player, and we'll say player equals touching part colon equals game on get service players going get player from character. And now we'll say player dot leader stats dot coins dot value plus equals 1. And that should increase our point value every time we touch a coin. Now if you go ahead and play the game, we touch the coin, we get an error instead. Argument 1 missing here. Get player from character. Touching part. Dot parent. Okay, that was the last parameter we needed actually. Now if we touch the coin. Oh, yep. I mean, it works, but the coin isn't disappearing, is it? And I have no idea what these errors are. Cannot require module. Not be required. Control module. Why? Let's check it out. Control module. It's right there. So, I mean, you can ignore the errors if they work. Not that important. Anyways, let's go back to our coin script, and there is one problem with this, is that any part that touches it will actually fire off the script. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that the part that's touching is actually a player. So I'm going to say touching part dot parent, or if touching part dot parent, what the hell is going on? Touching part dot parent, colon find first child humanoid. Is not equal to nil, then we need to do this. Else warn not a player. Oops. And the way you can test this is we can go ahead and run the game without the player inside of it. And we can just add a block and touch it with this. As you can see, it's saying not a player every time we touch it. And we'll go ahead and delete this print. So our coin script should not be done. What you can do now is you can go ahead and duplicate this however many times you want. Or actually, here, 1 second. We need before you do that, my bad. There was a problem. The coin did not disappear. So after, at the end of all this, you want to go ahead and say script.parent colon destroy. Now the coin should be done. You can go ahead and duplicate this. Place it all on our map. And our coins should be nice and ready. Now if you play test the game, we go ahead and see our coins, touch it, the coins increase by 1, increases by 1 every time you touch, and the coins disappear. Well, now that we have working coins, leader stats, so we need to make this UI down here work as well. So what we'll need to do is go back to your coin display script and make a variable for the coins text. So local coins text equals script.parent.text label. And it will say, and we'll need to get the player. So local player equals game, get service players.local player. And we'll say player dot or coin wait for child leader stats dot coins value, and we'll make this a local player coins value equals this. I will say player coins value dot value when uh, let's see. I think it's like coin changed or no, dot changed. Wait, connect. No. Let's see. So when you say coins text, text equals player coins value dot value. We'll make this a local function, so local function of update coins. Copy this, paste it in there. Call the function by saying player coins value dot change coin connect update coins. So now every time the coins value of the player changes, it will run this update coin. So bam, as you can see, changes to one, changes to one, changes and changes. To the problem, it completely deleted the coins colon. And I want that to stay so the player knows what that count is for. The way you can do that is simple. All we need to do is we can say coins.text equals coins colon dot or space dot. Then we can put player coins dot value that value. And this way it'll keep the coins. It'll also string together the player coins value with these two dots right here. That's what they mean. So now if we play the game, and we pick up a coin, as you can see, the coins text stays there, only the number changes. Okay, now the coins are completely done. Next thing we need to do is, if I remember, it's deaths. First thing is, you see this hole. So this, we'll make something down here. So first of all, we need to grab this part. It's not a big deal. Anyway, so now when the player falls, and the player falls down here, and we'll just do this. The player falls inside there this time, and we'll group all this together. We'll group as a model, and we'll say just death. We'll just call it death. To put this inside. I'll make a new folder actually. Make a folder, call it deaths. There we go. And now every time you touch, let's say you touch the top part. Actually, let's make it touch the bottom part. Or maybe the middle part. We'll make it touch the middle part. So this will be our part. We'll just distinguish that all in caps part. And we'll create a script inside of it. And we'll say, we'll create a new function and call it kill part or kill player. And the same thing with the point. So you gotta say script.parent.part dot touched connect kill player. And then we'll need to get the player. Or actually, we need to do connect function touching part, and we'll say kill player with touching part and touching part here. Then we'll say if touching part dot parent colon find first child humanoid is not equal to nil. Then, by the way, nil just means like if it's empty or it's not there. So we're saying if it is there. So if it's not equal, then we'll say we'll print kill player. And we'll go ahead and say local player or local touching part dot parent. What is this? Or no, not local. I mean touching part dot parent on find first child humanoid dot health or yeah, we'll just set the health to 0. Dot health equals 0. And that should kill the player. So touching part dot parent colon find first child. If it finds the first humanoid, then set the health to 0. And we gotta make sure it's a player that has a humanoid first. And we're gonna print kill player. Then the player will be set to health 0. So whichever player is touching the part, it will be set to 0. So let's go ahead and test that out. I did not anchor it. It should still be down there though. Ooh. So yeah, don't make the mistake I did. And go ahead and turn Can Collide off and turn on anchored. And go ahead and play the game again. So if I touch it, player dies. And we spawn back. And I want to make the player spawn back as fast as it can. Now I think the way to do it is you go to I think you go to starter player. Or you go to layers maybe. Respawn time. Change the respawn time to 0. And so now it'll respawn instantly. Just to show you guys. Go ahead and die one more time. Bam, it spawns. Okay. So death is now in the game. And you know, it doesn't have to be like this. You can like add spikes. You can make it anything you want. As long as you have the script inside of it with a part that kills the player. Okay. Last thing is levels. Like different map levels. So once you finish this level, you get teleported to the next level. And what I'll do is I'll just copy this level, duplicate it, and move it over here. And first of all, we'll do something else. Change map, or actually, inside map, make a new folder. Call it level 1. And put all these inside level 1. Duplicate that folder, and then we can change it over here. Now we'll name this level 2. And I'll go ahead and change like this part to, let's just make it so we can distinguish between them. I'll make it pastel yellow, and I'll turn the material to leafy grass. How about that? Okay, so now you can actually distinguish between these parts. And the first thing we're going to do is actually delete this spawn location. We don't want that there. Instead, you'll replace it with a part and go ahead and make this part in the middle. It's important that it's in the middle. Okay. And move it to the edge and go ahead and scale it to a little square. Make sure it's centered. Believe that's good enough. And raise it up a couple studs up from the ground. Okay. I'm going to name this part to level 2 TP part. Level 2 TP part. Now, let me see if I'll just name it. I'll just call it level 2 part. And make sure it's anchored, can't collide is turned off, and transparency isn't transparent. So now at the end of your first level, you're going to add a part. And we'll go ahead and scale this to be like, you can make it like a door. You can be creative with this. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a part on the ground that you touch it and it just teleports you to the next level. TP to, well, actually, TP to level 2. I'll put this inside level 1. And we'll just turn this to neon, make it white, make sure it's anchored, and you can just turn off crank light if you want to. And so now we need to make inside this TP to level 2, add a script. Inside this script, we'll make a new function. So local function, teleport player to level 2. It's a very long name, but it's fun. Okay. Then we're going to say same thing, script.parent.touch connect function touching part. I will say teleport payload to send the data touching part inside this parameter. Then we can say if touching, basically the same thing. So if it's like punch out or repeat, just repeat. Touching part, so if touching part, parent, find first child humanoid is not equal to nil. Okay, so when you say local position, local level 2 position equals script.parent.parent.map or dot level two dot what did we name it? Level two part dot position. Actually, we'll just leave that. And then we'll say touching part dot parent find first child humanoid root part dot position equals level two position dot position. I believe that should work. And we'll also work ahead of time, and we'll actually add to the leaderboard a new value. So we say local level instance dot new int value inside leader stats level dot name level. So this way it'll display what level you're on inside the leader stats in the top right, and level dot value equals 0. Now that we have that, we'll say, first of all, we'll teleport the player. Then we'll say local player, or add this to the top. Local player equals game, get service players, get player from character touching part dot parent. And we'll say player dot wait for child leader stats dot level value plus equals 1. And that should be the end of that. So now you'll spawn level 1, make it to the end, hit the part, then get teleported to level 2 is what should happen. We played test the game, and still the same errors. I don't know what they're for. Anyways, we'll go ahead and say coins. The coins work. And if we die, kill player, spawn back, our coins get reset, or are actually, yeah, this is an easy fix. And so when you die, your UI, the coins, it gets deleted, it gets reset. And honestly, that's a really easy fix. All you need to do, go to click on your screen GUI, coin display, and just reset on spawn. Take that off. So now it won't reset on spawn. It's pretty self-explanatory. It says reset on spawn. Go ahead and turn that off. Now if we play test the game, it shouldn't reset our coins or our UI. And we also, if you can see in the top right, we have our level set to 0. It should be 1. I think, yeah. So bam, bam, bam. If we die, coins are still there. And grab more coins. And if we touch the part, get teleported. And grab some more coins, can die again, and we get teleported. So, yeah, that's the problem. Okay. So when you die, you get spawned back over here. And depending on what game you want to make, I don't want that, kids. So you want to make sure it spawns back to this part. And we'll need to adjust this script. Honestly, this 2D game is definitely not efficient. But it's the lazy. This is the laziest way to do this stuff. Okay. So when you instead of killing the player, we'll actually just teleport him back So we'll say uh, touching part. We'll find for child humanoid root part. We'll delete this. Dot position equals script dot parent, or we'll make a new variable and call it local level 2 part equal script dot parent dot parent dot parent dot level 2 part. We'll say level 2 part dot position. So the human root part's position will equal the level 2 part's position. So this time, instead of killing the player, just like teleport him back to the end to start. So if you play the game, okay. Then we start back at level 1, or it should be level. Let's go ahead and fix that real quick. Instead of setting the leaderboard to, see here, the level value, set it to 1. So now the player starts off at 1. As you can see, level 1. And now you collect coins. You can go ahead and die. It doesn't reset. We're still at level 1. Go ahead and touch the next part. Ooh. Okay. I know what that happened. It's because we need to add a cooldown for this thing, or a debounce. Basically, what happened was every second or every time the player moves and it touches the part, it fires. So what we need to do is we can add a we'll go even lazier. We'll just manually set the leader stat level to 2. So say leader stats value equals 2. Bam. There we go. We're done. Can delete this deep on stuff. This is why laziness works. Anyways, it should be working. So level 1, grab our coins. Then level 2, grab our coins. Die, set them back to level 2. And yeah. Well, that's it. That's all I have for today. Well, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I might be making a part 3, but honestly, you could just go off of this. This could be like it's a very simplistic platformer. You can die, you can collect points, you can go on to next levels. But if you want to see some more stuff added to this, just tell me what to add to it, and I'll try my best to add it. Well, that's it for this video.